we're going to draw Mickey Mouse, and we're going to use basic shapes to help us out with this. We're going to start with a circle. And if I go around enough times, I have a decent sized circle here and a nice circle shape. And we're basically using our shoulder and our elbow as a hinge. Try to keep my hand very still. And once I get the shape down, this is a foundation for the drawing. I'm going to place in some construction lines. And these lines basically help us map out the character's eyes, nose, mouth, and ears. Now what I like to do personally is go ahead and work out the proportions for the character, which his face is more like a quarter, shape of the size of a quarter. Let's think of that proportion-wise, and then 2 dimes. But then what I like to do sometimes is draw ovals, but still keep the proportions once again like a quarter and 2 dimes. Now my next step is to go to the center. I'm going to draw like an olive or a grape lying on its side. Just think of a circle. I'm going to pull it from the left and right and create an oval. And there's a line that's going to follow that curve of the oval right there. Alright, and let's think of the dimples, like in the smile. Kind of like when we're smiling, we have dimples right there. A nice happy face, smiling face. And we're going to open up his mouth. Just break that circle just a little bit. Right there. And then I'm going to go on the inside of his mouth. And think of this as a letter M. His initials are actually in his design. This is our first M. That's good. And we're going to draw another line. It's more like of a curved line following inside of his mouth. Give us the thickness of his lower lip or his chin. I'm going to draw a nice curved line that's going to follow the circle all the way down to his mouth. That easily right there. There we go. And this character isn't that hard to do because whatever I do on the left side, I'm going to do on the right, and vice versa. Now the next step is to put his other M in. So we have Mickey Mouse. These are little steps we use to help ourselves out, because when you're usually working in production or you're working on a character like this one, Mickey Mouse, you're going to have usually 30 or 40 people trying to get the character just right. So these references help all of us keep the character to model. I'm just going to go back and darken in some lines of the drawing. And of course his eyes, I'm going to save them for last. And once again we're going to think of the circle and pull the circle from the top and the bottom, stretch it out to make a nice oval, just sitting right there on the inside of that line. And you'll notice I left some space in between his eyes. So imagine there's an eye sitting there. That'll give us the perfect space for his eyes there. And the same thing, we're going to make some ovals. And right now we have a lot of lines, but if we go back and darken in the pupils, bring some life into the character. All I'm going to do is go back and darken in his nose. Put a little oval in there. Sometimes people put in rectangles, just a bent rectangle in there. And I'm going to darken the inside of his mouth, his mask, and his ears. now you can draw Mickey Mouse. You can give it a try. All you have to do is use your basic shapes, and you'll have a nice Mickey Mouse.